Hello, Mary. Welcome, friends. Happy July 1st, first Tuesday of the month. Halfway through the year. A lot going on today. Hi, Marianne. As you all are popping on, you know the drill. Say hello. Hello, Barbara. How's it going? Everybody have a good Tuesday. Getting ready for the holiday weekend. Any special plans? Jamie, Lois, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? All right. Today, I'm going to talk about this Pear Blossom Press T-Square. We brought this one back from the show in Vegas. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. This is a new size that they're coming out with. It is an A7 size. They've already come out with an A2 size. We've ordered them both, but I kind of wanted to show you so that you could, if this is something that you have to have, you can get yourself on the wish list for when they come in. So this is an A7 size, which is 5x7, which is what this piece of paper is here. The A2 size, 4.5. No, 4.25 by 5.5, right? Standard A2 size. And then what these are also helpful for is they've got jigs on them that help you get a really good border. This one's got 1/8 and 1/4. The A2's got 3/8 and 1/2 inch. And I used it to line up my sentiment and to put down my mat, but I am going to show you that. So this is a sample of one that I did, but I just want to show you a couple of things. All right. And I can only show you the A7 because that's what I got here. But this, as you can see, is a 0 center ruler. So this is the 5-inch side. So we've got 0 at the center. And then these 2 pink dots show you the thirds to help you line up your sentiments. All right. And I am going to demonstrate that as well. And then also what it does is it's like a T-square. So it catches on the edge of the paper. And then this one is the 7-inch side. Could also use it for 6x6, and I did use this for A2 size. So you can make it work for all the sizes. So you can see 0 center and then your thirds at the pink dots. All right. So this is probably, well, I'm going to tell you, it is 1/8 inch acrylic. And it is, like I said, it's indented, so this provides a little jig, and I will show you how that works in just a moment. Okay, so I did use it for this one. Now you do have to cut your paper the right size for your mats. All right. So if you're going to use, have this back so you can see. If you're going to use the 1/8 inch, and let's say you're using the A2 size, you need to cut your paper. If you want an 1/8 inch all the way around, you need to cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. All right. And then if you're going to do 1/4 inch all the way around, you need 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Hello, Scrappy Chic. Hello, Jane. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we are going to, I'm going to put this aside. my little background here, and I am going to work with this. So this piece of black paper is 5 1/4 by 4. And then this one is 3 3/4 by 5. And I am going to use this T-square so that it lines up perfectly and gives me the perfect 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. So the first thing I'm going to do is, you can use glue, you can use your tape runner, whatever you prefer. I just always have my Lawn Fawn terrible tape here, the tape that's easy to tear. All right, and so what I am going to do is, you can see your jigs here. I'm going to use the 1/8 inch because that's what I've got on here. And whoop, you flip it over. And you, whoop, wrong side, sorry, I'm using the 1/8 inch. You line it up into the little corner where you've got the jig. So you can see that it kind of stops right there. See, so you put this in and it lines up. And what is underneath the acrylic is an 1/8 inch. Okay. And I will do it with another color, so it's probably going to be easier for you to see. I've got a green one over here that will do too. But so you take your liners off, you put your score tape, you put your glue, whatever you're going to use. And what you want to do then is line this up along the bottom line here, where you've got the jig, and along the side. And then you glue this down, and it helps you line up and get straight. If you cut your paper straight, it'll give you, see, I've got an 1/8 inch border over here on this side. You have to put it in the corner. I'm getting used to this too. So it does it on the corner for you, so you can stick the corner in there. All right, so you put this here, got an 1/8 of an inch there as well. That's right, Mary. That's what it's meant to do, not let you be crooked like I am all the time. All right, the other thing that's really nice about it too is that and I'm going to line this up for 5 1/2 so that my dots work. So I'm going to have 2 3/4 on each side. All right, so can you see the pink dots? And then this is straight across the bottom. And I am going to be able to, I'm going to actually pull it down a little bit. It's hard for you guys to see. I wonder if I put white paper under it, it would be better. All right, so you can see that gives me a straight line there. And those of you who know me know this is totally not me, but this does make it really easy to try to have things lined up and straight, right? So what you can do then is take your sentiment and line it up along the bottom and get it so that it's in the center, because you've got your third lines there. And look at that. My sentiment is nice and straight. And then also, if you wanted to put your embellishment in the center, you could put it where the 0 center line is on here as well. Of course, I want mine to be a little off kilter, but you could then line this up in the center so you have that right in the center. I, of course, am going to put mine over there because I want it to be on the flower. Now let me put this on a lighter piece of paper and hope that you can see it better. How about that? All right. So same dimensions on this one, because then I'm going to put it on a card so you can also see how that works as well. So we are going to flip this over and use the 1/8 inch side and put it in the corner. So we're lining up our paper Let me go a little closer here. Let me see if I can do close up a little bit more. Okay, so on this green, you can kind of see where you've got the little jig here that shows your 1/8 inch border. We put some tape on here. Now, the next time you're in the store, we don't have these in the store yet, but Renee did place an order for these. So if this is something that is going to make your life a lot easier to help you line things up, make sure you get on the wish list for it, okay? So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to come in here like this and line it up here and here and press. And I've got this nice and straight 1/8 inch. All right, now I've got a card base here. And you can also do your border on your card base. And I'm going to show you that too. Let me put some tape on here. I should have been more prepared with my tape, shouldn't I? There is a video, Barbara, I posted on the page that shows some really good direction on how to use all of the different things. This is what it comes with. So it does tell you what the border jigs are, and there are some written instructions here, so you can absolutely read that. But there is a video from Pear Blossom that I did post today on our Facebook page, kind of giving you a little hint as to what I was going to be talking about. So I'm going to line this up because I want the 1/8 inch border on here as well. If I were doing a 1/4 inch, I would flip it over and use the other side. Mary's asking, are there little grooves to hold the paper when making the borders? Yeah. So you could see this slides into the corner here and it fits right in. Oops. Except for when you bump it. Huh. The other thing too is you could use your sticky mat and that would be absolutely perfect. Hold it right there for you. I did not unpack my sticky mat. I took it to Vegas. So, all right. So we're going to come in now, same, and line that right up on the bottom and on the side. And there we go. Our border there. And then I am going to use this to, like I did before, this is 5.5. So I'm going to use a 5.5 dimension. Now, when you have the A2 size, it'll be perfect for your A2 paper, but you can, like I said, use this one as well. So half of 5.5 is 2 3/4. So I just lined it up here. And we can put some tape on our sentiment. I keep bumping it, of course. Why wouldn't I? Because that's how I roll. And then I am going to line this right up with the bottom here. So I'd have a nice straight line and line it up with my thirds. And look at that, my sentiment is straight. Of course, my paper's cut crooked, so, well, there you go. And then I'm just going to put my little caterpillar on there. And voila, I have a finished card just by cutting some paper and getting some chipboard. There we go. Voila, all lined up nice. Now, if you wanted to just put this directly on the card with no mat, you could, oops, I already glued that one down. You could try to find one that's not glued down. And then, so this will have a 1/4 inch border. So we'll take this on the corner here for the 1/4" border, see? And then you could just line this right up here and glue it down and just have one mat and not two, okay? So this A7 size has the 1/4" and the 1/8" jigs. And then the A2, like I said, has the 3/8 and 1/2 inch for borders, okay? I also want to show you one other thing really quickly. It isn't something that Renee actually placed an order for, but it is something that we can get if you guys are interested. So you need to let us know if you're interested. And when I post this video for the replay on our website, you can comment, okay? So what this is from a fun layering washi tape from Al and Create. You guys may have heard about it. And what you do is it's got 4 layers and you cut the strips. This one is desert cactuses, I think. And you could start from the top or the bottom. I'm starting from the bottom, which is the pots here. And you line this up. Yeah, I cut it a little crooked, but you'll get the picture here. All right, there's 2, and then the nice thing about it is that it's washi, so if you don't get it on there perfectly straight, you can pull it off. And then you cut along the line here. And then what you do is you'll trim your paper so that you have your background. So this creates a really pretty background for you instead of paper. Look at that. That one is called Desert Cactus. There are a couple of different ones, but if this is something that you guys are interested in seeing, comment and let us know, and we can bring it into the store. So there are different patterns. This one's really pretty. I opened a couple so we could show you what it looks like. And I've never worked with it before, ladies, so it does take some getting used to, but it's very forgiving because it is washi, right? I like this one because, well, it is pink peonies, and it is very pretty, or poppies, maybe. Pink poppies, maybe. Yeah, poppies. Peonies, pink flowers. Oop, I didn't give myself enough paper, but you get the picture. Look at that. This is really pretty too. There are very faint lines, Mary, that you can see. I don't know if you can see them, but there are lines that show you where to cut. Can you kind of see that there? So that is 2 of the different patterns. This one is, I don't know because it's French and I'm not even going to try it. And then this is Studio Botanical. So there are a lot of different backgrounds that you could do. They make quick backgrounds for cards that would be really pretty. You could just stick a sentiment on that and there you go. All right. So again, if this is something that you guys would be interested in, comment on the post on our Facebook page when I post the Technique Talk replay. Okay? And again, this is the Pear Blossom T-Square, and this has been ordered. So if you want to make sure that you get one in the A2 or the A7 size, make sure that you put yourself on the wish list for it. So it is the Card Maker's T-Square, and make sure you mention the size that you want. A2, which is a standard card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and A7, which is 5 by 7. All right, anybody have any questions? Nope. All right. Well, keep your eyes peeled on the Facebook page and the socials because we placed a lot of orders while we were in Vegas. So we've got a lot of new things coming. We'll be posting projects. We might be doing some more demos, all kinds of things like that. We've got new product coming from all the places. Of course, I've got the Spellbinders Christmas dies coming, so we'll be doing one of our Christmas card making events. Uniquely Creative has some new papers, 49 and Market new papers. So watch for all those things. They'll be coming soon, and we will be sharing a lot of the samples that we made while we were in Las Vegas. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. And we will be seeing you soon in the store. Have a good week.